give a hot take here. I truly don't prefer either. They're equally as bad, but I'll do either one. Like they're both cool.
Equally as bad, meaning bad for you?
Yeah. My
Okay,
jiu-jitsu
all right.
is equally bad in the gi or out of the gi.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Fuel Hunt Show.
What's going on, Eagles? Welcome.
I'm
You're
the
running
fucking
the episode?
show, dude.
Yo, include this, Dane. Include this, Dane. All right, guys, you're running the show. Let's go.
What's going on, Eagles? Welcome to the Fuel Hunt Show. I'm your host today, Drew. I'm joined by my cousin and co-founder, Joey. Joey, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling pretty good. A little mix-up in the beginning.
I'm getting better at that, though. So
You are
I'm
getting
gonna
better.
just take it.
You know what? I manifested that because since the beginning of the show, I've been saying I'm going to lose my job. I manifested it.
And now you did, in fact, lose your job. That comes with a smaller paycheck as well. So
Oh, great, wonderful.
your paycheck.
Listen, I'm an entrepreneur, man. Can it get smaller? I
The
don't know.
paycheck you were getting for being the host of the Fuel Hunt Show is now going to my
Oh
paycheck.
man, it's a good thing I'm sponsored by Trulean.
Yeah.
These are my True. At least I have got my wellness shots and my green shots. Are going to be coming in.
We're going to switch it up this episode and do something a little more laid back, not as much go hard personal development stuff that we normally do.
So fun. Let's have fun. We did an episode, underrated, overrated.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah.
And everybody loved it.
Correct.
So I'm waiting.
And people do like to see the softer sides of the guys that made famous the quote hard work in a soft world.
Yeah. I'm not too good at this soft side stuff. But
And it is fun when I love seeing Joey laugh too. So anytime that
I do not.
you can use humor or be lighthearted is always a pleasure. So
That is a goal.
the
in my
idea I
life.
came up for this show was this or that Fuel Hunt version or Joey and Drew version.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a lot of this or that, but we can go as long as we like.
Okay, so rules are.
Rules are
You're going to present to me
I'm
a
going to present
topic.
to you two options,
Mhm.
and then you have to choose this or that.
Okay. Do I have to give context as to why I'm choosing
I
it?
think we should elaborate.
Couple sentences.
Yeah.
All right,
And
couple
give some
sentences.
context.
Okay, all right.
And some of these will open up greater discussion as well.
I'm gonna be GIF Joey today.
And
like
I
Brianna
would
said.
also like to hear back from our listeners, our community, if they feel strongly either way. So if you have any type of grievances or disagreements, please leave them in our YouTube comments.
YouTube's a wild place, bro. I don't
It
know if
is.
we want that. Wait, are there grievances with my choice or just grievances
Well,
with the
we're
show
both
generally?
We're both going to choose. It's not just.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I was feeling a lot of pressure for a
No,
moment there. I was like, oh, holy shit. All right.
So I'll present to them, and then if I feel differently, I
Yep.
will.
Sounds good.
All right, you ready?
Ground rules.
First one, we were just talking about Frank with this earlier. Hot or iced coffee?
Hot.
But you don't do coffee. You do espresso.
Well, I mean, espresso's technically. I mean, kind of.
It identifies as coffee.
Hot, dude. Like burn my already damaged esophagus.
Okay. I'm iced all year round. I never want a hot coffee.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, I was about to say the word that begins with a B, but I'm not going to say that. As somebody who is very much concerned about their health, fitness, and does a lot of reading in that sector, is there a benefit to having the coffee cold versus hot?
You know what is interesting? Because I'm very
Because I'm going to give you my take.
I'm
on it.
very belly conscious, very gut conscious.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, warm beverages are actually much better.
So I was going to, that was like I was sneaking one in on you,
Yeah,
dude. I was going to
yeah.
actually hit you with that. But the other reason that maybe you care, maybe you don't, maybe the listeners care, maybe they don't. The other reason why I like hot is because I feel like my body needs to warm up that liquid anyway. And I feel like it's an energy leak.
Wow.
So that's why I drink warm water too. Like my mom drinks warm
Yeah,
water.
I
I drink warm water.
Not tap. God.
Yeah, I know. You don't want some fluoride? You want fluoride and reproductive chemicals?
I would never drink tap water, but we do have a reverse.
Meanwhile, I drank from a lead hose growing up. That's probably why
That
I'm
is
so
true.
weird.
That is true. But we do have one of those like reverse osmosis things from
do.
and I just like the room temperature was different.
Yeah.
But I do love, and again, being so health conscious, like it's almost like we pick and choose. You know what I mean? Like anyone that's health conscious at all, it's like, oh, I do this health thing, but not that health thing is not really for me. It's
Yeah,
like I kind of
yeah.
draw the line, I guess, at cold beverages because I love even with dinner, which I know you're not supposed to do as well, like Amanda and I do like a big cold glass of Element packets and like a carbonated water.
Yeah.
So it's like a soda type.
My
thing.
girls love seltzer. Like
Yeah,
Spindrift, love it,
love
dude.
seltzer.
Love.
Give me all the carbonation.
Yeah.
And I know again, not ideal for us.
One, I'll throw something out there. Does this make me strange? Sometimes I'll drink hot water.
In the morning, Amanda and I do hot lemon water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. It doesn't make me strange.
Nah, hot lemon
All
water.
right.
Just
Like
get
if I'm
the-
going up to the water cooler and it's got like hot, warm, cold.
Nah, I think that's good.
Sometimes I'll just put
Again,
some hot water in a cup and
yeah,
drink it.
warmer better. Warmer the better.
Yeah. My esophagus is absolutely ravaged, so I should probably drink more
Yeah,
cold
sure.
beverages. But yeah, I didn't get the strong esophagus genes. All right, what's next?
As far as the grind goes,
The
early
grind.
morning-
Which one?
The grind, like
Just general life grind.
yeah,
Okay.
like just hunting. More
Just
more
hunting.
like putting in work.
Yeah.
Early AM or late night.
This has changed throughout my life. I'll give you my this or that answer first, and then I'll give you some context. Right now, I am early AM. We just got a puppy, which I'm super excited about, and that has thrown my schedule off a bit because, the puppy gets up when the puppy gets up.
Yeah.
And I can't sneak out of the room without him getting up, so I don't want to disturb the house. So where I'm going with this is I'm turning more into my roots, which were late night productivity. So whereas before I was getting up around 5 or earlier sometimes, now I'm getting up at 6.
Amanda's trying to push me to get another dog right now, and I'm like, I don't want to go to the
But
puppy
you got your
phase.
hands full of Cap, dude.
Yeah.
You got to rein Cap in first.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, Cap's sweet, dude.
but
You just don't.
Yeah, you were disappointed in Cap's behavior.
No, I
It is
wasn't.
not. It is not good. He
No, you-
jumps all over you and shit.
Yeah, that's what dogs do. You complain about like all the stuff. You're like, oh my god, he barks and jumps. I'm like, dude, that's what a dog does. No, I get it. Like when you come in, he jumps on you.
Yeah, it's too much.
But it's trainable.
I gotta get back to my.
I'm gonna give you a Google search to do, and I don't even know if he's still in the game. John Ford.
Yeah, I actually sent it to me like after that day, and I was like,
Google John Ford, man. He came in, he trained me, and that's what trained our previous, God rest his soul, our previous. puppy.
Amanda, I saw something on Instagram the other day. A border collie, I think, or yeah, doing like household chores.
Yeah.
I was like, my dog
Yeah.
sucks.
Just like humans, man. You can train them to do whatever you want.
I prefer late night.
Yeah.
Mornings, I've talked about this, but
Get up with the sun.
I do like to talk about starting my day the way I like to start it.
Mhm.
That sets me up for hitting the day with the rest of the day with a full head of steam, and then I'll pick back up at night.
I just enjoy like a really good wind down routine,
Yeah.
specifically with a book and some planning. And I don't like to be on a screen. That's the
No.
thing that like. So
gotta
you
get
know
that-
what I did though?
Oh, you got red light mode. You got the Iris app.
Well, you can do that with accessibility on the phone. But what
Right.
I do though is just triple click the side. Yeah, just triple click the side. Yeah.
But on my computer, I have an Iris app that,
that
turns
does
the red
it.
light. Yeah, because
Well,
it doesn't have the same thing.
I'll give you another hack. So this is what I do at night. If I know I can do the work, Dane's over here snacking, man.
Dave, what you
Man,
got,
yo,
dude?
share some of the snack.
RX
man.
bar?
RX bar.
All right, I'm with it. It's approved. It's approved.
So the
That's right. Healthy
that's
wild.
funny. So the what I'm doing now, since I'm working until like 11, sometimes later, sometimes I can't shut it off. That's the
not
other
good.
thing with me.
Not good.
Well, that's the other thing with me. Like once I get going at night, it's hard for me to shut it off.
Yeah,
Like
you
if
get
I don't
nice-
have that wind down
Nice flow
routine,
state though.
that's what I'm saying. I get in flow state all of a sudden. It's 12:30 a.m. You know what I mean? And that screws up my sleep and everything else. So anyway, what I've been doing at night though is, so to reduce blue light, obviously, my glasses got the things, and,
Yeah.
all that other stuff, but smaller screen. So if you can save work that you need to do that you can do on your iPhone, it's better to look at your iPhone. It's a smaller screen, emits less light than your laptop screen. So I got one of these little like cheapy Bluetooth keyboards from Amazon that I can sit my phone in, and it kind of acts like a laptop,
legit.
and then I'm not taking in all the blue light from the laptop screen.
It is interesting that you were on the biohacking stuff before.
Way
like you
before,
had me.
bro.
You told me to
Way.
get my first pair of actual blue light blockers, the amber ones.
Yep.
The Spectra 479s. You
Yep.
told me to get.
Yep.
I put everyone on them now.
Yep.
But the
clip-on Jones.
the
You
one
just,
doctor I follow his teachings the most, Dr. Jack Kruse, talks about light. The first thing you can do, the best thing to do for your health before any kind of nutrition, exercise, workout, is get your light environment right. So that means when the sun goes down, your lights go off as best as possible.
Yep.
And you block blue light with your blocking glasses, your amber. Not again. People think, oh, I have blue light blockers and this.
Yeah,
no.
this is a coating.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's got to block the harmful blue light rays that are tricking us into thinking we're awake when we should be asleep or need to be getting ready for sleep.
It's primal. I mean, that's what it is. It's like primal. It's like how we were created and evolved. You know what I mean?
And to that point, that my favorite work sessions are done literally in my office in the dark.
Pitch black,
headphones on. Like literally, the only light is the computer screen.
Yep. Another thing, you're talking headphones, pitch black, silence. The other thing that I do, and sometimes you might even see me like rolling around here with them on, is I put earplugs in. So they're like corded earplugs that you would use if you were at like the range or something. And like I'll use them in the middle of the day.
Really?
Because it limits external stimuli, which means that I can enter flow state quicker.
I'm a big lo-fi guy though. Big lo-fi. Like lo-fi beats.
Oh yeah, binaural beats.
Yeah.
But sometimes don't you like? I'm a big music guy. Like I can listen to music. I can listen to like hip hop like blaring in my ears and enter flow state.
No, I cannot.
But I'm not that way all the time. Sometimes I just need silence, man.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? So even the binaural beats, like I love them.
True.
But sometimes I just need silence.
True.
You know.
All right, moving on. We're going to the jiu-jitsu world now.
Oh, boy. Great.
Pull guard or start standing?
Start standing. Didn't we do this on underrated, overrated?
We did.
Underrated, overrated, yeah. Yeah, start standing, man.
I'm going to say pull guard.
Surprise. Surprise. I will say that I have look, like Frank said, different strokes, different folks. I used to say that all the time. But, yeah, I'm a start standing guy now.
You end up in the same position, though. Or you end up in guard most of the time.
Most of the time, but maybe you got a couple great takedowns and built your confidence, and you're just like, wow. That happened to me at open mat.
Or you did the perfect double leg, and then you got out of the
Head
side.
Was on the inside.
Yeah, like you're supposed to. All right. Pain T or VIAVT?
Ooh. Man, that is a tough one. Did you put this list together, or did Amanda put this list together? That's a tough one, man. And I have to answer this as present day Joey.
Yes. If you can only pick one for the rest of your life to wear.
Oh, okay. Well, that changes things a little bit.
What were you thinking as far as?
I was actually going to say VIAV. I know that probably astonishes you.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go Pain T, actually.
Yeah, I'm going Pain T.
What I was trying to do is separate the nostalgia from it, because that was really the first message and then the first T that really took off.
Yeah, but that one
in the
like
Fuel Hunt community and in the world, really.
Just hit me, dude. Like when you sent me that badge, I was like, damn, this one's sick.
Pain T.
Yeah.
Vince did a great job on it. And the prefer pain. It's just straight truth, man. Yeah. Pain T, I'm going to go. But that was a tough one. That was a good one.
Yeah, there's some other good ones in here. Would you rather do this or that? Would you rather do Suckfest 2 times in one day or a 100-mile race?
The original Suckfest.
Yes, the original Suckfest. Because the Few Fest is always...
Suckfest twice in one day, hands down. Hands down. And for context, Suckfest had to be renamed because the name's challenging if you Google it. What Suckfest was is basically a marathon distance and 4,000 reps in the gym. So alternating, so it was it wasn't a quarter mile.
It was a quarter mile.
Quarter mile?
Yeah.
A quarter mile and then 30 reps, rounds of that. Yeah. What about you?
You're
not answering.
I'm going a 100-mile race.
You're doing 100? You're doing a...
Yeah.
Oh, come on. You ain't doing that, bro.
I mean, if I'm choosing to do either one, I'm definitely choosing the 100-mile race.
Can I walk some of the 100?
Ultra? You don't run. Like they like walking sticks half the time. I feel like.
I don't know, man. I feel like ultras. They run those motherfuckers.
The 100. No,
like an ultra. They run those motherfuckers.
Are you sure?
He don't walk.
Yeah.
David, that's what I'm saying. Levy,
I
man.
think he
Come on
did.
now, Levy, speak.
I think he did.
No, he ran it. Just like Randy. Like Randy, he did like a 50-mile. He ran it. Well, in any event, you're doing the 100-miler.
Maybe not walk, a light jog.
Was Suckfest that was it was
Dude.
that
So fast was brutal. All right. Personal development book or fiction book?
personal development book
All the time.
all the time. Or a fictional personal development book, like 12 Pillars.
Yeah, they're probably my favorite.
Yeah, I
If I had to pick, I love them both.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick, I would go personal development book because I've learned on life-changing things from personal development books that I've read.
You've learned and applied.
Yes, and that's what I was going to say. Is a lot of people, like we just talked with Frank, a lot of people get caught up reading,
Yes.
and reading, and
Yes.
then never actually applying or
Yep.
taking action. And a lot of people ask me, like, Drew, like, how did you learn all this stuff? How did you, like, to get to where you are today? I'm like, I literally learned from $10 books I bought on Amazon, and we just did what
And we
they
did
said
it.
to do.
And we
That's
broke stuff and we
100%.
made mistakes and we
Exactly.
figured it out. What
It's-
a great episode with Frank that we just
Yeah,
did with
yeah,
Frank
it's great.
Vignola. Yeah, shout out Frank. A lot of good stuff came up. So I'm going personal development book. Yeah,
Agreed. Text or email?
email, 1000% email.
I think we're going to learn just how different we are with this.
Email, 1000%. Yeah, but we're also, there's a generational difference. There's a
Yeah.
10-year difference between us. Text is so fleeting. There's no way to track it. How do you build a system
That
over
is the
text
one
messages
downside
going
of-
back and forth?
I believe the new iOS update has
Bro, up until the last iOS 15, you couldn't even mark a text message as unread. Like, how
Yeah.
do you operate that way?
That-
I can't.
I do. The flagging system it saves my life on email.
Yep.
But I will say a lot of people may listen to this, and especially friends, be like, "Oh, like you said text, but you never fucking answer them anyway." So
Well, that's the thing. Now I got like on my phone right now. I have 17 unread texts, and I know some of those are real old.
yeah,
So now I got the same problem in my inbox that I do on my text messages. It just ain't working.
my friend Dustin, the first ever Fuel Hunt model, texted me
Yeah,
the
Dustin.
other day.
Yep, I remember.
On Saturday, I didn't answer him until yesterday, and this is a side note, but I was like, sorry, I didn't answer until now, and he said, it's all good. I just started to think you hated me, and I was like, no. But to be honest, I just trying to do a better job of living in the present moment and putting my phone down when I can.
Yeah.
And
Well, plus other stuff takes over. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, and
but if you're focusing on being present for your family, for your work, for your jiu-jitsu, like your training, anything you're doing in that moment, it's okay to put your phone away. Like,
course.
I don't know when we got to this part of society in the world where we feel like we have to answer immediately.
do you want me to give you the turn there?
Yeah.
RIM, Research in Motion, BlackBerry. That's where it started. Like the BlackBerry.
I did
at
love my
least in-
BlackBerry though, but
the BlackBerry changed the urgency of communication.
yeah.
It did a lot of good, but it used to be called the Crackberry. That's like what people would call it when it first came out. It changed. And then
Yeah.
obviously, the iPhone came after that. And, we have better tools now. And if you don't learn how to use the tools use you.
Yeah. So anyway, my point was I end up getting back to text messages within a few days because the time away from my phone, like there's so many coming in
Yeah.
that the time away from my phone builds them up. And
Yeah.
then,
I have a couple pinned on, in iOS. You can pin at the top, like conversations or whatever.
Yeah.
I have those pinned, and I know that those are absolutely critical. And then I treat it like my inbox. Like I don't reply. I'm not inbox zero, bro. I don't reply to all my. I reply to some community members like 60 days later, and they're like, "Oh my god, like,
yeah.
I didn't think you were gonna write me back." And I'm like, "Look, I've got literally 1,000 messages that I'm working through. Now text messages are the same thing. Have become similar."
I know the answer to this one, but for the community,
Yes.
rap and hip hop or rock and pop punk.
Rap and hip hop.
Yeah.
But I listen to, for context, I love all music.
Same.
Like I love literally everything. I love
said
country.
my
I love
like songs
classical.
on Spotify are a wild
Yeah.
ride.
Dude, bro, if you look at my Apple Music, you'd be like,
Yeah.
this dude is like a major identity
Well,
crisis.
there was one Apple Music or Spotify. You're an Apple Music guy.
Apple
That's
Music.
crazy.
Yeah, Apple Music. Yeah, I'm an Apple guy through and through.
I'm a rock pop punk guy. Though. If I had to, like, if I had to pick rap or rock, got it. Gi or no gi? We did talk about this last episode, but
we did underrated, overrated. So this is this or that. You know, I've been training no gi now for almost 6 months, and I'm gonna say no gi.
I will say,
and you know, because I went to open mat for 3 weeks, and I didn't even bring my gi. And then I had a moment where last Sunday when I went to open mat, somebody asked me, they were like, "Oh, do you have your gi with you?" And I was like, "No." And then it triggered in my mind. I'm like, the last 3 open mats, I haven't brought my gi.
Yeah. I believe, and I don't know if this is a culture, a jiu-jitsu culture thing, but when I hear open mat, I just assume no gi.
At Martinez, man, we have there's probably slightly more no gi, but there's a lot of gi there. Yeah, a lot of gi.
I'm going to give a hot take here. I truly don't prefer either. They're equally as bad, but I'll do either one. Like they're both cool.
Equally as bad meaning bad for you?
Yeah. My jiu-jitsu is equally bad in the gi or out of the gi.
Yeah.
Do you learn by watching or learn by doing?
That's a great one. Definitely, if I was going to choose this or that, learn by doing 1,000 million %.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. There is something to be said about watching, though. Most lessons, caught not taught. Yeah. But, you know.
I agree with you on doing. Sauna or plunge?
I just had this conversation the other day. I forget who I was speaking with. I'm going to. Oh, no, we talked about it, I think.
Overrated, underrated plunging.
Yeah, but we had a combo. I told you, I was like, I would love to have a sauna, like in my backyard.
Yeah.
Sauna, 1,000%. I love the sauna.
I don't feel complete though after a sauna if I don't get cold after. Nah. It's almost like I have to. It's like the cherry on top.
Yeah, I don't. I like it. Look, we were just talking about this.
Like, do you get out of the sauna into a hot shower?
Nah. Oh, would I do that?
Yeah. Like, is that what you do? Like, if you're in the sauna?
Yeah. Or just like a warm shower. Since I wear shorts all year round, like I'm in.
You're getting your cold therapy.
Like the cold doesn't have as much like, I don't get like as much of a buzz from the cold as I do the heat. Something about sweating out all the toxins is just powerful to me.
I'm gonna go. If I had to pick one, I would probably just pick the plunge.
Interesting.
I
do like the way I feel after it.
Yeah, they both have great benefits.
Yeah.
So I would hate to just have to choose one.
Yeah.
Next question is going to trigger warning. Work smarter or work harder?
Yeah, I'm a work harder type of guy. I'm a work harder type of guy. Not to say that there isn't a place for working smarter, but like we talked about on a recent episode, like you can't do the 20% of the smart work without doing 100% of the hard work.
The hard work is the smart work.
Mm-hmm.
Single task or multitask?
I can't fundamentally get into like the argument of like you don't have to choose nowadays. Like I used to think that was a choice you had to make, but since we're actually making choices, since this is this or that episode, I'm going to say single task, and I'm going to say that with the context that when I was younger in corporate, like especially in my early 20s, I was a hell of a fucking multitasker, and that was a badge of honor for me.
Yeah.
And I
do you feel as though you do, if you try and do everything, you don't get one thing done well?
No, I think it was more like, for me, it was like the epiphany that I came to was like how powerful boundaries are. So like I still we're entrepreneurs, bro. We multitask. Like in between the shows, like I'm replying to emails. You're like, hey, look at this thing.
I was almost thinking of having like multiple windows up on the computer screen.
Oh,
that was where the question
was.
Bro,
I used to be in, IT. Now I was programming, but I also did like a lot of like tech support stuff, software support for the software we built. And like if I went over to somebody's machine and they had like 70 tabs open, immediately I was like, I do not resonate with this individual.
Exactly.
I was like, I can't do this.
Brianna does that shit.
I'm like, look, I know.
20 tabs open at once.
So Brianna, she's gonna listen. She's gonna be like,
she does listen.
She's like, you.
She listens to every episode.
She's gonna be like, you asshole. So she was having problems where she was like, oh, I had to reboot my computer today. I was like, first of all, you should be rebooting your computer every day. She's like, so I lost my login to like this, that, or the other thing. And I'm like, what do you mean you lost it? She's like, well, I had the tab open. And I'm like, Oh no. I kept telling her, I was like, when you're at HQ next, let me look at your laptop and we'll get to the bottom of it. And I was going to razz her.
She
for
needs
the
to go
tabs.
to the Joey School of IT, dude, for sure.
Yeah, it's the same thing with like
Or technology.
It's the same thing with like my house or my car. Now I have 2 young children, right? So like in my home, it's not a museum. Like when I was single, my home was a museum.
Yeah.
It's not anymore, right? But like it's the same thing with your home or your car. Like for me, there has to be some semblance of order for my brain to operate at its highest, most efficient level.
Yeah.
You know, if it's like chaotic, I can't do it.
There was a saying that you may have heard before, but how you do anything is how you do everything.
I have heard that before.
I do believe that, like you said, having chaos on your computer, you'll have chaos in your life.
Yeah. So, we say condition for chaos, right? That's because we don't quit when it comes. We work through it. But yes, if you can engineer your environment to be less chaotic, do it. That includes the tabs of your browser.
Exactly. Journal or meditate?
Wow. These are like very like, they're obvious this or that, but I've never thought about them in this context. So it's like kind of hard, man. I am going to go with meditate.
Meditate for sure.
I'm going to go with meditate. However, that's a really hard one.
I know.
Just like pain via IV, that was difficult. Yeah, that's a hard one. But I'm going to choose meditate.
All right. Back to jiu-jitsu. Warm-ups or straight to the live rolls?
Warm-ups, 1,000%, bro. I'm 42, man. Come on.
No warm-ups for us a movement, man. We got you warm up on your
You
own
don't do a
time.
little stretch?
I mean, you warm up. I believe they.
Are you talking group warm-ups or? Because I'm kind of out on the whole like group
the
stretch
run
thing in the
circle
beginning.
thing. Yeah.
I'm more into like the warm-ups got to happen. I don't really love the group warm-up
more
thing.
of a philosophical question.
Warm-up.
Okay.
Yeah.
You would definitely need to warm up. You
Yeah,
can't
I'm
go straight.
gonna- I
Like,
mean-
what are we? What are we? 16?
Bro, I was just saying, I wear my Shoemaker Films crew neck during my warm-up suit, get my body going.
Vacation in the beach or vacation in the mountains or the woods?
So, man, you trying to really fuck me up, man.
Yeah.
So I have a life goal of having a domicile in 3 locations. A city center, the mountains, and the beach. Beach hasn't happened yet, but I do have a home in the center city, and I do have a home in the mountains. If I had to pick one, man, this is tough. I don't know if I could. If I had to pick one, I'd have to pick mountains.
Really?
Yeah, I'd have to pick mountains. As much as I love the hot sun of the beach and the nourishment that the sea provides us and swimming and all that great stuff, I feel like the mountains matches my energy more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going on the beach all day, especially if the house is like on the beach where
Yeah.
as per the goal,
Yeah.
to wake up and put my feet in the sand and touch that
Bro.
that bit of earth between the sand and the ocean. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, I know. Yeah,
that's
dude.
half wet. That is the dream.
We go down to shore for a week every summer, and I have a rule that I don't wear shoes the whole week. Like that's the lifestyle I want to live.
That is 100%. That's me.
I went to the Maldives. You know where the Maldives are?
Yeah, I know that.
Okay, yeah. And the resort we went to, they had a policy: no shoes, no news. And that is like just me, man. Like no mainstream media and no shoes.
I love that.
Bro. That's me to a T. But I'm still gonna choose mountains because I feel like it just aligns with my energy more. I feel really relaxed at the beach, and for me personally, if I feel too relaxed for too long of a time, I actually get anxious.
Yeah.
So the mountains gives me the ability to hunt, to cut down some trees, to build a fire, like all that good stuff. Do some work.
That Amanda and I were talking last night just about technology, and because we're putting together this list, and
See, that's why I asked. I was like, man, put this damn list
Amanda,
together, bro. I know you're like, there's some collusion.
if any work
bro.
came from me, just know that Amanda may have had a
Funny.
But how amazing it must have been to vacation back in the day when you would just go with no technology and no contact with not just work, but just any kind of BS. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I was like, our Maryland house. Like, imagine going to Maryland for a week and leaving our phones at home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what that would feel like. You have a detox from bullshit. You know what I mean? Like,
that week that I'm down the shore, that like in the middle, like at the beginning of the day I work, at the end of the day I work, but
Same.
the middle, from like I guess maybe like 10 to like 3 or whatever when I'm at the beach, I don't bring my electronics.
yeah, same.
And I to the point where I started shooting film.
Yeah.
I brought my film camera to take photos.
Almost all of yours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
What else you got up next?
I only have 2 more, but I have one more point on that. I've heard.
Leaving the technology behind.
Yeah, whatever. We can get back to it.
There are, while you're thinking, there are solutions nowadays. Like you get a light phone. You could, you can get devices. If you don't want to completely cut the cord, that you could still stay in touch.
Well, we're nowhere. Once we're world-renowned entrepreneurs and we can cut away, but that is my goal, to one day be off the grid like that. Like, I don't want to partake in social media the way the world does anymore.
Yeah.
Like, it really became apparent, like during COVID,
Mm-hmm.
when Joe Rogan was doing his podcast, and this hit me hard, but he was like, someone out there under a waterfall right now without a phone or technology doesn't know what COVID is, and they're just fine. You know what I mean?
They're living their life.
Yeah, that's what I aspire to. My level of disconnection is like, and you and I, we weren't even on really social media before. No. You way more than me, but before we started doing F1, and again, we have social media to thank for our business.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a like I said, it's a tool, and like you're either going to use the tools or the tools are going to use you.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. So I have the same dream where I was just telling somebody the other day, there's an entrepreneur, I forget exactly who he was, but he only does business by landline. And I'm like, that's me.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do that. But to a certain degree, that's the vision I have for myself. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to have my landline. I'm going to do.
Yeah.
But in reality, I don't think I do that. In reality, I think what I would do is master the tool, to develop a habit and a relationship with it, where, and I don't think my relationship's terrible with it now, but a relationship where I use the tool doesn't use me.
Yeah. Amanda's dad always had a thing about me having an office at home and working at home, because he's like, I never brought my work home with me. I always left it at the office, which, like, the whole armor
talked
thing.
about it. Yeah, we talked about it. I mean, like, for me, I've seen both sides of the spectrum. Like, I've only worked in the office because I started my career at 19 years old. Even though I was in tech, I was only in the office. Then my first business, I was home solely, worked from home for a bunch of years. And then, now, I much more prefer HQ. But
All right, 2 more. We kind of touched on this with the work thing.
Mm-hmm.
Work with music or in silence. I guess we had to pick.
I like both. If I had to pick one that I had to stick with for the rest of my life, I'd definitely say work with music. Yeah, definitely.
And then we talked about this with Frank. Cheat meal or cheat day?
I'm going to go with meal 1,000%.
Yeah.
And it's just like, hey, man, like, it doesn't make my stomach or my soul feel good to just like trash my progress, man.
And it's like, yesterday I told Amanda, I was like, I didn't eat any bars or anything like kind of processed yesterday. I just I was feeling kind of junky. I just decided to switch it off. And you just feel better when you eat better. So like, you don't have to throw all of your progress out the window.
Right. Plus there's levels to it. Like, that's the other thing. Like, I don't think we made that when we had the great cheesesteak debate.
Yeah.
I don't think we made that that clarification. Like, there's levels to it. Like, if you're just starting to dial in your nutrition and eat single ingredient whole foods, and it's it's tough for you, then go nuts on Saturday or whatever. If that's what you need to release the valve so that you can keep going, fine. But there's levels to it. I think everybody ultimately gets to a point where it maybe just becomes a meal, or just like, oh, hey, every once in a while I'm gonna treat myself. But I'm hard out on eating shit that is gonna make my stomach effed up and me feel out of alignment with like who I am.
Belly conscious always, dude.
No, for sure. Belly conscious.
Gut health is the new
health.
Health. Like,
gut health is the new health.
All health begins in the gut, right? Socrates.
Yeah, there you go.
But that's all I had. Do you have any last minute this or that that came to mind?
No, what I wanted to do was kind of like put together a this or that for you and like surprise you at the end. But I really don't have one because your list was exhaustive, challenging. It was really good. It was some good work, Amanda. Drew. Drew, it was good work.
I'm getting ready to go to concocting these fun podcast episodes.
I feel like
I don't think anything's beating our branding one though, where I held up the
that was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're settling into your lane. Like this is good. You know what I mean? This is good. Like I can only be gift Joey, like Brianna said. I can only be gift Joey like once a month if you're lucky.
True.
I'm like not that fun.
Gift Joey.
So.
All right. Well, if we don't have anything else to
No,
add,
you
I'll
can
leave
leave
a
the
few with a
few.
reminder, right? Always choose hard work over handouts. Always choose effort over entitlement. And remember, no one owes you and no one owns you. You're one of the few. Now let's hunt.